Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We have found ourselves a dumpster fire here. It's a classic. It's a Peterbilt 359. This is actually done by Outlaw, and there is a reason why I'm showing you the truck in this shape, because there are so many different options that you can add to this. Obviously, you can make it look really worn out, and I want to kind of RP this as this is the truck that we found, and we're going to, I guess, rebuild it. You know, give it some new tires, rims, paint job, work on the engine a little bit if we need to. But I wanted you to see all this detail, and in a second I'm going to take you into the shop so I can show you all of the different elements that you can add this rust or worn look to. And it's not just on the outside. It is on the inside too, so you can make it so that the bumper looks fine and maybe you just have a rusted chassis. You can make it so just the wheels are messed up, just the steering wheel inside. Maybe you got a little bit of rust on the mirrors and you want to show that, but you don't want it on the tank, and you don't want it on the rims, and you don't want it on this really jacked up grill. And maybe you want to change the lights out so the lights are okay, but a little bit of rust on the bumper still, and what looks like he hit something, piece of the bumper missing. Just a really cool mod. This is Outlaw's 359. The truck is completely free. So now that I showed it to you in all of its wonderful glory on the outside, as I think we might be interfering in this guy's path here. But yeah, guy gave me a call, said he's looking to get rid of this truck. And he just doesn't want to put the money into it to fix it back up and get it road ready again. So we're going to take it off his hands. So let's go into the shop right now. I'm going to show you all the different elements that you can make look worn on this truck, because there's so many of them. Such a good deal for a free truck. Outlaw really knocks it out of the park. And then we're going to, or I am going to build another one and RP fixing it up, and then we'll take a short drive with it. So that's what is on the agenda for today. Let's go into the shop. Okay, we are back in the shop, and yep, this is looking pretty bad. Like, it's seen way better days. Let's just kind of go down the line here. We're just going to be looking at elements of it. Let me see here. So you don't have anything. Well, you actually do have a worn flat top. I guess I can change that to show you what it looks like. So that looks even worse than what I had it before. So that's pretty cool. So you can do something on the cabin. You have a long worn option on the chassis, and that is really worn. Look at all that rust. Obviously nothing on the transmission. Let's go ahead and hit the inside first. And on the inside you can get a worn interior or the standard flat top. And it does here. I'll show you what it looks like if it's standard. That's what it looks like when it's worn. Two really cool details that I have here. Obviously this steering wheel. You can change out the steering wheel if you want, but there is one that's worn. And this center hub piece is missing. Another thing to really notice, this whole section of the dash is missing, and it has exposed wires. I love this. I wish that more developers would do this. Make it so that there's some sort of worn variation of the truck. Obviously, I realize it takes a lot more time, but if you're watching videos like on YouTube and someone finds a truck somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and they try to start it, see, you know, is this going to start after 20 years or after 15 years? And one of the things that you always notice is that while the outside does look used, the inside is rarely, I believe this is the only truck that I've seen it on that shows some sort of wear and tear on the inside. You always see a bunch of dirt, and this is actually, as we go through the options in a second, you'll see that this is a used, I guess it's like used flooring or used carpeting. So it's meant to look dirty. You always see dust all over everything, and there's always exposed wires because there was always some project that someone was tinkering with last time they drove it 15 years ago. I love this. I wish more developers would add stuff like this to make it have that feel that you would see a truck that's 60 years old, 70 years old, like the kinds you see on YouTube. I really like that. Some of the options on the inside. So we do actually have a worn dash and metal. So this is what it looks like if we go with any of these other ones. But I'll go back to the worn right now. See, that whole panel disappears and those exposed wires. That's pretty cool. For the carpet, like I said, you got wood planks, you got parquet, you got a couple of different other ones like rubber, which is really cool, and worn carpet. Really like that. I think this is also worn, yeah. So you got worn vinyl as opposed to just the classic. Even the classic has little scratch marks in it. I kind of like that. What else can we do worn? Obviously, the steering wheel, you get one worn option as opposed to some of these other ones. Yeah, we'll go and throw the worn back in there. Outer grill, it's for the outside. Air cleaners for the outside. Gauges. Nothing worn about the gauges, but obviously instead of going chrome or original chrome, we're going with plastic because that's probably what would have happened. And we do have a used Eaton, if you look in here. You can tell how worn that is right there on the top. I have a feeling we're probably going to be changing that out. We can go with this retro Road Ranger, or we could probably twin stick it. I have a feeling we're going to be twin sticking it. I'm just going to throw that out there. But lots of cool options here. I don't think any of these... Oh, yeah, there you go. Your sun visor. You have an option of worn. It's all rusted here. CB... cassette deck. We have to have a cassette deck in that. Come on. Cassette deck. How many of you, show of hands, how many of you guys are watching this on YouTube and you don't even know about a cassette deck? It's kind of like me hearing about an 8-track. Well, what the hell is that? Chops, you can't do anything. So let's go to the outside, but lots of different elements that you can put on it. Let's go ahead and start with the bumper. Obviously, you got the worn bumper. You can add your lights. You can add, like, so some lights are missing. I wonder if they have any worn, like, bulbs or something like that. No, nothing like that. Nothing too crazy, but look at this grill. We can change that out. That would be a normal grill, but he's got, you know, pieces that are off on an angle and chunks of it that are missing. Obviously, the lights. You've got this, the classic 359 double light, and one of them's missing over here. The rest is rusted. All these parts are rusted. It's pretty cool. Outlaw worn rims, worn tires. What else can you do that's worn? There's your engine look. This just kind of goes along with the whole chassis, but the steps can be worn. The tanks can be worn. Obviously, this whole chassis is worn. Rear fenders, plastic. Nothing that's worn here. Nothing that's worn on this. More tires and rims. Can you... Yep, and you got a worn back end of it, too. I don't think you... Well, there you go. You've got worn stacks. That's pretty cool. Just tons of things that you can do to make this thing exactly what you would like if you don't want to go full out like I did to make it look like every single part has been to hell and back. And on a truck like this, it probably has. But tons of options. And again, the truck is absolutely it's free. And I wanted to show you that so you can see exactly how you can customize each part of it. Now, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and tweak this real fast. Simulate that we're, you know, putting some work in on it. We're probably going to do a little bit of work to the engine. Definitely need to get all this rust off of here. It's just awful. Something I didn't notice right away, but you notice that this door is red and this door isn't. Might even be a southeast. Yeah, it's it's a completely different door. That's crazy. I didn't even really notice that at first. It's got two different brands on it because I guess he just needed to replace a door. Probably happened when he took out that section of bumper. Probably just saying. And that light. Kind of funny. You would think it would be that outer light, but that wasn't the case. In any event, this thing has been through a lot. Let's go ahead and rehab her, and I will see you back out in the yard, and we'll take it for a short drive. All right, we are back. We're back in the yard. This is thanks to Jab Mod Shop, this custom garage that you can build. We even got the trailers outfitted and everything. That skin, thanks to Paulie's Custom Skins, really hooked me up on that. Didn't even know he was going to do that. I thought he was just going to help me with the branding for this custom garage for that sign right there. There's also a couple signs here that he did for me. So love these custom yards, and Polly, thanks for hooking me up with that. Anyway, we do have this truck looking pretty good now. Looks way different. We decided to go with an even older set, so we're just dealing with the single headlight instead of the doubles. We got the bumper touched up, got some watermelon lights on it, so that's looking pretty good. Got lights on the side. All the rust and everything is off of the tank and the steps and everything. But what's cool is this is still just the standard chassis, and even that looks like it's not absolutely brand new. I like that it still kind of has that slightly worn look. Look at that fifth wheel. Like, it's not set to worn at all, but it is pretty cool, all the detail in it. And I'll show you the inside as we move along and get down there, get down the road for the drive. Let's go ahead and, well, first of all, I got to go pick up a trailer. So let me get the trailer. I'll get the figure out where we're driving, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. We got the trailer and we got the load set up for today. We are in Moab, in Utah, at the Western Metal Recycling, and we're going to go ahead and take this cat. It is a 980K. We're going to take this over to Salina. It's not too far of a drive. I think we're probably only talking about, less than 3 hours, and that's probably pretty good because I forgot to get fuel in it, and I think it only has about a half a tank, so that's about as far as we're going anyway. The trailer is from Dro Modding. It is the DeLoupe Lowboy, and I'll let you see a little bit more of her on the drive. We do have 4 axles there. I can't remember if any one of these, not that I necessarily would pick them up. Well, 66,000 pounds is what this cat is, so maybe I can lift one of those up and show you. But let's go ahead and get in, and we'll get started with the drive. Get our lights on. Let's get the windows down so you can hear this engine. I'll start her up first, and then I'll let you know what we got. A little bit from the outside. That is a Cat 3406E from Creechbaum in his 4.2 pack. Thought it was appropriate to go ahead and throw it in this 359. The skin came with the truck. I believe we covered everything. Truck, trailer, skin, engines. The only other thing is, as you can see, I have a twin stick in there. So we're going to be doing a Spicer 6.4 today. And as we go down the road a little bit, I'll let you see a little bit more about this lowboy. It's pretty good detail on it. What I can't remember is if there's a lift axle. So I'm going to try that now. Oh, I hear it. Something's... Okay, so you can pick that first one up. Maybe I'll just go ahead and roll like that. Maybe I don't need the... Do I need the weight? I don't know, 66,000 pounds. Do I need that extra axle? What do you guys think? Let's just go ahead and leave it up. Or you know what? Let's leave it down for the drive. And then we'll put it down if we need to have a little bit more extra maneuvering. Brake is off. And let's go ahead and we'll start. Oh, let me show you. I'll get this set up so you can see what gear I'm in. Probably could have started in 2.1. Visibility is a little sketch on this, as was the real 359. So it kind of, the brackets and everything, they kind of go right through both of the mirrors. So if you lean over here to the right, then you can see what's going on in that small mirror. And if you lean back over the left, then you can see what's going on in the main mirror. Just something to get used to. Not a huge fan of it, but as I've been told, it's actually pretty realistic, so I'm just going to roll with it for right now. Wish would give me a little bit of view. It wasn't going through the truck and trailer. Take it a little bit wide because we are a long trailer. Got a big load here. Get the blinkers on. And let's see what we're doing here. Really neat truck and trailer combo though. You notice this lowboy is way set to the ground. Way low. So let's go ahead and pick that up just a little bit. There we go. Raise the front of the truck up a little bit too while we're at it. And we've stopped traffic long enough, so let's get going. Notice how we have that panel over there by the passenger door now. Because it isn't the worn version. And even threw a GPS up there, right by those air vents, for good measure. But I think she came out pretty good. Headlight offense. Really? I'm gonna go across your hood with this trailer if you're not getting out of my way. Go find someone else to bother. Yeah, starting her off in 2.1's a lot better. A lot better for the engine. Get those windows up. Going a little fast here. By the time we correct it, we're already up to 45. Love driving out of Moab. It's beautiful. That view. We don't crash into anything. Whether you got the snow or not, I actually wasn't even paying attention, to be honest with you. I'm sure it might snow in Moab. I didn't do any research on that, so I apologize. But I also completely forgot that I had Grime Snow Mod in here because I was running in another mod or in another profile before this. And I probably should have taken that out. We've been driving quite a bit in the snow. Of course, I mean, you got like 9 months out of the year where you can't even simulate it, so you might as well do it while you can, even though it has been in like the last 5 videos. We merging over or what? We're gonna hold it right here. Yeah, we're merging. Might as well do it now. Yeah, we got a turn coming up. So I'm just gonna lay off the gas. Wanted to tell you about a couple new mods that I've been trying out. Let me know if you like them, what you think about them. But one of them that I was trying, interestingly enough, it doesn't happen until you're driving at night, but I do feel like it adds to the realism, and it's an orange light mod. And by that I mean all of the street lights and everything that come out at night, they look a little bit more realistic. Okay, wrong gear. There we go. just stay here while we're going up the hill. Yeah, so one of them is the orange streetlight mod. Wanted to know what you guys thought of that. I haven't really been driving a whole lot at night, and I can't remember if the last time that I did, if it was featured in there. I don't think it was. But what do you guys think about that mod, if you guys have tried it? It's free on the Steam Workshop. So another mod that I've been taking a look at, it's also free on the Steam Workshop, is I think it's called Realistic Truck and Trailer Wear, or Realistic Truck Wear, but it applies to the trailer as well. Really climbing those gears. Got that little downhill. So it was made, it's by the Realistic Truck and Trailer is made by a guy called Onyx, and he made it with the whole idea of it was that this new damage that was introduced in 1.49, it wasn't really showing wear and tear realistically, and so you get a couple drives in and you already be at 20% wear and tear on the tire. They pull you in and they tell you you're doing a bad job, and I felt like it was a little unrealistic. So I've been using this mod for about 2 weeks now, and I actually haven't had that much wear at all. You know, I've probably done, you know, with this truck, probably done, I want to say close to like maybe 12 drives with it, and I don't have any sort of problem. So I wouldn't expect after 12 drives to have to completely redo the tires. But without the mod, it's not very realistic, and they'd have me pulling in. I'd be at probably 20-25% wear. So obviously they're going to have to tweak things. This is the first time in 1.49 that they actually have this wear and tear as opposed to just damage. So this mod takes that into consideration, and it was built around the new damage that you get in 1.49. So any thoughts or opinions on that, go ahead and give it a shot. Again, it's free on the Steam Workshop, and that is Realistic Truck Wear. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or let me know if there's another mod that takes that into consideration. Maybe I'll check that one out too. So we're just kind of weaving in and out of these switchbacks right now. Got a guy cut me off just before that, so I'm going a little slow. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my beacons on the trailer. Let everyone know. Get my four-ways on. There we go. Go into 3-2. See if we can get some more momentum. We're just going to go up one bit by bit. 3-2, 3-3. We might be able to make a bigger switch if we're flattening out now. Did you find it? There it is. Oh, it just wasn't. See, still kind of gauging all these, trying to skip gears, because in a Spicer, the way I've got it set up, I'm actually following all of the ratios according to spec, and there's a lot of gears that are redundant. There's a lot of gears that it just depends on your situation. Get those four-ways off and those off. It just kind of depends on what you're driving at. So if you want to think about, I'm going to skip a gear, you have to be thinking about, am I on an uphill? Am I on a downhill? Am I going to be slowing down? Am I coming up to a curve? So all those things kind of play a role. And I do this way better when I'm not talking. Promise you. Because I can concentrate just on this and not what it is that I'm saying. Check out this trailer. So I had a mod conflict, and I wasn't able to install a bunch of lights. It turns out it was a new truck that I installed that was the conflict. I got rid of the truck, and I touched up everything, all the lights on the bumper and on the top when I rebuilt the 359, but I forgot to take it over and make those light tweaks to this DeLoupe. If you see the back right-hand light, it's not even there. And a lot of those options were just grayed out. So if you ever run into a situation where you're building up a truck or a trailer and you see the light nodes but they're grayed out, most likely you either have a mod order issue with your light packs or you have a mod conflict. And I knew I had the light packs in the same spot that I had them before, so it was just a little bit of trial and error to figure out which mod was actually going to be the conflict. Turns out it was this other truck that has nothing to do with, it's not a Peterbilt, it's not a 359, nothing like that, but it had a special light pack on it. I took off the light pack and it was built in. It wasn't like a separate mod that I could just take out. So I sold the truck, got it out of my active mods, and the lights on the truck work. I'm sure they work on the trailer. So if you see those missing lights, that is not reflective of the work of Dro Modding necessarily. It probably was just me not adding it back in after I was able to fix that mod conflict. So don't think that that's on Dro Modding. Get up to speed. There we go. We got that downhill all the way up into 6.4 now. Just in time to slow down on this curve. I love these rocks though. They look good in the snow. They look good not in snow. Really like driving out of Moab, in and around Moab. Looks beautiful. Probably one of my favorite places. There's a lot of places in Colorado too. Colorado and Utah are probably my two favorites. Not that I really have favorites, but let's go back down to 6.2. See, a lot of these are redundant. So 6.3 is very close to 4 when you're talking about the auxiliary transmission. I'll figure it out by the time we get there. No, I really do drive so much better when I'm not talking to you guys. But I have things to say. I'm not just gonna post one of those videos where I say, "Oh, look at the scenery." That's it. Have a good time. I'm trying to bring you guys some news, some information, some thoughts, and I want to hear your opinions on this too. So anything that I say that you guys might have a different opinion on, interject. Throw them into the comments. Love to hear what you guys are thinking. We're here in Salina here. Does it snow in Salina? I really should have turned the snow mod off for this one. The last couple of videos, even though there was snow on the ground, I at least put it in a spot where I did a little bit of research to find out whether or not there was snow or not. And this one got by me. I was more concerned about building up the two different trucks, the worn version and the new version, that I totally forgot. Yeah, so it's not super like built up and chromed out and everything. This is what it would look like if it was touched up, but still kind of basic. I like that. Take one more look at it before we pull into the job site. Boom! Got him. Got him. Oh, what does he have sticking out? What is that? That isn't standard. There we go. Probably run into someone back there. Oh, come on now, man. I'm trying to give you some room. You don't need to rear end me. We got enough power we can get through all those without even having to go to the auxiliary. Zoom in on that map so we know a little bit more where to turn. Hit the beacons on the back, the trailer, so they know, because we're coming in slow. Dropping this off at the ADM here in Salina. Where's our drop off? Oh, this one's going to be a hard one. I don't know if I'm going to put you through all this, guys. Let me see if I can take a stab at it. Get our four-ways on. Get the windows down so they can yell at us when we're going to crash into something, and we are. So normally what I do, I come in here and I make a U-turn. But I think I'm pretty long here. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up... Oh, you know what? Normally this is closed off. Let me just come straight through here then. I'll get started out this way. Normally I have to just continue to the right over there, make a U-turn. And with all that weight on... You know what? So I am going to need to do some pretty crazy turning in here. So let's go ahead and we'll get that axle, that first axle on the trailer up. That'll allow me to have a little bit more maneuverability. Hit the horn, and we'll go back ever so slowly. I like looking out the window. You guys use that, or do you guys just use the mirrors only, or do you use third person? I like kind of the challenge of doing it within the cab, personally. It's kind of hard to see too, because I don't know, until I get to that point, I don't know exactly how long my trailer is, because the everything on that Cat 980 was kind of obscuring it. I always get real close to that garage too. We're gonna have to do a pull-up. This should be a little bit easier now. I just want to give it a small turn so I can see part of that trailer sticking out and I know it's going in the right direction. There we go, that's good enough. Keep it pretty tight there on the, well, right side of what I'm looking, but on the left side of the trailer, keep it pretty tight right up against whatever's right there in the corner of that building. There we go. Now we can start using our mirrors a little bit. See, I'm late. I'm late turning in because I killed it. I was late turning because I can't see the end of the trailer. Uh-oh. Did I kill her? Come on. There we go. I can't see the end of the trailer. I keep thinking the trailer's shorter than it is, and it's not. But it's obscured by the load. That's user error. There we go. I think we're going in the right direction now. Now let's try not to hit this shop right next to us. That's what we should have done. That is what we should have done to begin with. That's still not going to work, though. And they might take it. I got to cut that even closer. All right. This one's going in. Got to get way over there. Yeah, they'll take that. Problem is, I'm running into the frickin' shop now. And of course, they left the door open. I like the challenge, though. I like it. It was planned that way. It was planned that way. And now I don't have the angle on that. That's what I get for choosing the long chassis on this thing. Now we can just go straight back. There we go. We dropped her off. Let's get these beacons off. Get the four-ways off. Let's get us out of reverse so that beeping stops. Keep the parking lights on. Get the windows rolled up. And that'll be it. Welcome to Salina. And I'm sure we made it on time. Yeah, so little twin stick love going on there with that Spicer 6.4, but I hope you guys enjoy the truck. Pick it up. definitely pick it up. It's free. There's nothing to lose. If you haven't heard about Outlaws 359, I'll have a link down in the description. And trailers by Dro Modding. It's a Patreon subscription. He's got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool different trailers that you can try out. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.